Hey guys, it's Kelly with the Garden Whisperer. If you're unfamiliar with what I do, I design flower beds and garden beds for homeowners where they can either install it themselves or they can hire a landscaper of their choosing to install it for them according to the design plans. So I just wanted to show you really quick today. The tree guys came here a couple days ago. When was it? Last week. I think it was Tuesday? Or this week. No, Tuesday this week. Today's Saturday, so it was just a few days ago. And they actually limbed up these trees. You can see like here, there. This one they did. Where is that? So that one, like right there was a big branch. Now, this one had a really big, well, both of them had really big offshoot branches that were actually putting weight on the tree, and they were leaning over this flower bed. So I wanted to like limit up to see if I could get a little more sunlight, because I feel like it's just got a little too much shade over here. Because the left side of my flower bed, even though they're shade loving plants, all plants need a little bit of sunlight. So they were kind of, I feel like the astilbe that's planted over there does not bloom as well as the ones that are more in the middle of the flower bed. So because it kind of goes like full shade and then part shade and then part sun. So it's really weird. But anyway, so I had them limb everything up. And there was one of the branch that they took off had a really big gash in it. So it would have ended up, possibly getting diseased, and the whole tree could have been taken out at one point. They are both still kind of compromised. The trunks are not the best. Because the tree guys, the father that comes here to look at the trees, he's an arborist, I believe. So he knows what he's looking at. So as you can see, there's like a pile of the wood that they left there. But I also had them, and I'm going to show you that really quick. I also had them leave the chip, the ground up chip from the branches and stuff, because I'm going to use it as mulch. May as well save myself some money on mulch. And they had the truck in the driveway, and then it was just easy for them. I had them put a tarp down here. You can see, look at these roots. These are all tree roots. Isn't that crazy? Like insane. So I had them put this whole pile, and this will probably cover all of my flower beds. So as you can see, it goes all the way in the back there. So what I'm going to do, because when you have fresh chip mulch or, bark mulch, it has a lot of carbon in it. So you don't want to put that directly on your flower beds right away, because what ends up happening is the carbon in the wood chips will pull and bind the nitrogen that's in your flower beds. So in other words, your plants will not get the nitrogen that they need. So what I'm going to do, and what I already did was, and the way you can kind of like help counteract that and help break it down is make sure it has moisture. We got rain last night, so a lot of this is wet now. It doesn't really look it, but I could see. And I did put like 2 buckets of water on here. So moisture is key to help it break down. I also put to add, because you want it in order to neutralize, I guess, the carbon or reduce it. You want to add something that's like high in nitrogen. So I had a bag of blood meal, and that has like 15% nitrogen in it. And I had about 3/4 of a bag left. So I sprinkled that all over this. And I don't know if you can see. I'll show you. There's like, see the black stuff? That's the sprinkled on nitrogen. So I kind of tried to sprinkle it all over this pile, but I'm sure it's not going to be enough per se, but it's definitely going to help it. And the other thing you want to do to help break it down a little bit and add more nutrients to it, and like I said, neutralize the carbon or the high carbon content, is you can add dried leaves, you can add grass clippings, you can add compost that you get from the store, which I don't think I'm going to do. And if you're like me where you have tons of leaves in the woods here, you can just take those and take a pitchfork and just kind of like mix it all together. So I'm actually, but as you can see, like here, like this stuff, I'm not going to be using these huge big pieces, but there is smaller pieces. And like, as you can see over here, this side has a lot more broken down. So I'm actually going to skip on mulching the flower beds this spring. I'm going to rake them up a bit, get the leaves out, like, although leaves are good for your garden bed, but just to make it look a little cleaner. I'm just going to, clean them up a little bit. And then I'm going to let this break down for a couple months, maybe until like June or July. And so between like adding grass clippings and leaves and blood meal, it's all going to help that break down, and it'll become really good mulch for my flower beds. And yeah, so I'm going to do that. And like I said, I added the blood meal, and I'm going to add maybe some leaves. And what I could do is, even though I have the landscaper come and cut my grass and just do the cleanup and stuff for me, because my yard's like a half an acre, and honestly, I just don't want to do it. I'd rather concentrate on my flower beds. So I do have a lawnmower, though, because I used to do my lawn when I lived in Jersey because it was smaller. So I may just take that lawnmower and maybe cut some grass because it has a bag on it. And then I can always just take that grass and put it in here and mix it up. So that will help with it. But, so yeah, I'm just going to let this all break down. And I figure, hey, save some money on mulch. I don't have to pay for mulch this year, even though the mulch that I buy, it's only like $18 for like per yard, which is really cheap. But it's untreated, which is what I used on this flower bed and all my other flower beds last year. It's untreated, which is what I wanted, and it has bigger chip to it, but it's not as big as that pile in certain areas. So I think, so I'm going to let this break down a little more. And where was I going with this? I was just going to say something. I lost my train of thought. So I'm just going to clean these up. And, so I put down the untreated mulch. Instead of buying like the colored mulch, the treated mulch, like the browns and the reds and the black, because when they color it, it usually has chemicals in it. So it's really better for your flower beds to just go a la natural, which is what I'm doing. So, and the really cool thing is, at first I wasn't sure what this is. I don't know if you can see it. See these little like round things? I was like, what is that? So what it actually is, it does not hurt your flower bed. It is, it grows more in moist areas, obviously. This whole area up here is moist. But it's a type of like fungus that actually helps break down organic matter. So it's actually beneficial for the flower bed. So it's staying. I'm not going to do anything with it. And it's kind of all over my flower beds. You can see there's more here. So it's all good. I just have to clean up some stuff. A lot of the mulch got all over the grass, but we're just getting nice weather. And today I'm so excited. Right now it's like 66, 67 degrees, and it's going to get up to like 76 today. I am ecstatic. So I'm going to go to the store. I have to pick up some potting soil because I want to transplant, and I'm going to show you that really quick. And that'll be another video. But I'm going to transplant. And I may burn up a lot of these boxes that I have to burn on my porch. But I'm going to transplant. This is a dwarf oyster plant. And it's looking a little sad right now because it was in the basement under grow lights. And to be honest with you, it is overcrowded in this pot. Hence why it's probably looking shabby. And then I also want to transplant this little cacti plant. It had really long... like this, it had really long stems on it in some spots that were kind of just dried up. So I cut those off, and just to give it a little, like here you can see I kind of cut, I probably could cut this back more, but just to give it a little, like boost for growth. And I'm going to transplant that as well. And this is really cool because it pushes out these little star-shaped red flowers, I think with like a yellow middle in like the summertime. And it's just real pretty. So, and I love the variegated foliage. I forget what the name of this is, but I did buy it at Lowe's a couple years ago. And in the winter, I just bring it in and put it under grow lights in the basement. And then as soon as the weather gets nice, I start to, I bring them out. So that's what I did with these guys yesterday. So my goal today is to get this transplanted. Now, here's the thing. It's an annual up here in Zone 6. But every single one of these is like a whole plant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide them. I'm going to take it out of the pot. I'm going to divide all the little shoots. And I'm actually going to put the majority of them in my flower beds because they say it's deer resistant, so I want to see if it really is. So I'm going to divide it, and I'm going to put it in my flower bed, see what happens with the stupid deer. And worst case scenario, they eat it, but that's all right because I'm going to keep one of the plants and repot it. And you can guarantee it's going to push out new shoots with that one as well. So every year I'll have new plants with this if I want. So yeah, so it's just looking, like I said, a little shabby from being indoors all winter. But hopefully once I repot it, they're going to all perk up once I put them in my flower beds. But they have like, I love the foliage. I love variegated foliage. And then the other sides are like a purple. Just so pretty. But these are looking kind of sad because, like I said, these look like new shoots, but they're not as healthy looking. I did put some fertilizer in it a few days ago, but still, I think it just really needs to, they just need to be divided. They're just overcrowded, so it's not getting all the nutrients it needs. But so that's it. So I just wanted to show you that video for today. But like I said, I'm going to let that pile break down. And then in like June or July, I'll start using that mulching my flower beds. So I think I'm going to skip on the mulching for this spring because that's going to be plenty, I think, for all 3 flower beds. So, all right. So that's it, guys. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you're interested in hiring my design services, you can reach me at www.the-garden-whisperer.com. Until next time, guys, happy gardening. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.